And that is game point for the Faze clan. And again, G2, they went for the force buy in the previous round, so they're not going to have much to fight with in this one. The shotgun comes out once again. Other than that, it's pistol. 5-7, CZ, Deagle. They have a fair amount of smokes. They can buy time, try to throw it at awkward times for Faze, who they would have to expect will take a somewhat slow approach. Rain continuing at game point with his MAC-10. He knows there was a force buy. He knows the helmets are still going to be lacking on the CT side. He has confidence in his abilities. Ali off to a good start. Picking off body. 3 more players in B. And 3 of these 4 players have still got smokes, so there's still opportunity for G2 to try and make things as awkward and weird as possible.
Yeah, pick-off like that helps so much in these situations. We can see MBK looking to be brave, to make the play, to be the one to try to bring his team back into some sort of a situation that's, well, more recoverable, let's say. This Faze is just still looking for info, and Ali's going to find themselves another kill. Now Kiyoshima has more than enough confidence to go to push out for more. They found that there's likely a stack here on this B-bomb site. There's so many players that have gone down in this position at this point. 50 seconds left, and we'll see Faze start to rotate towards this A position. However, Nico is coming up long, and he could shoot Apex in the back if he's quick. Looks like Apex is going to be actually making a mad dash for it. On the back here, they're jumping MAC-7. Surely not. Another frag could be up for grabs here. Another frag is exactly what's going to happen. Apex, what on earth is this play from him? He's now suddenly scraped his way back into this round for his team, but there's still Alu, there's still Nico as they start to progress back onto a position where they can grab the bomb, but there's 20 seconds to go. Can Apex do it? He has to kill everybody that remains on the Faze clan. He is alone, trying to wrap his way back around with the MAC-7, but it's simply not going to work. Not another time, and that's the 16-10 for Faze.
Brutal at the end, desperately looking for something other than a MAC-7, but nothing will offer him range to try to fight anymore. 60-10 in favor of Faze clan. Perhaps a surprising start. They did say it was a risky pick over pass, and perhaps that proved to be true. Faze taking the first map of this series. Again, it is a best of 3, but is that an expected result, Dan?
I think it's very difficult to predict between these 2 teams. I think though one thing for me is that I do feel like there's more
Nothing. He doesn't really have much chance in saving it, so he needs to go balls to the wall as aggressive as possible to try and give his team an early advantage. But I don't know if his teammate blocked his vision there, because Karragan's made his way into the site, but I really feel like that CT may have stopped him from taking a shot. We'll see how that plays out in the rest of this round. Kenny moving towards the bomb train. We've got players moving close with the pistols, but not really working for G2 at present. Now Kenny's stuck in the A site. Although he's never likely to save his sniper in this situation. The odds get slimmer and slimmer, 2 versus 5. Never count Kenny out though. He is standing his ground, and now he's dead. Body with the USP.
Oh, that's good. Something, isn't it? That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's something.
That's something. 1 kill. Good job from Faze to deflect the attack. And what do we have now for G2? What do we have now for G2? A bunch of rifles being purchased currently, and Body could purchase an AWP, but he'd be left with nothing. He had exactly enough for an open, nothing more. But he opts to go for a rifle, and G2 looking to find their way back in this one. And it's quite interesting that we did already see some of the alley aggressions that I was mentioning previously from G2, trying to get early advantages with that. Previously, Karragan was able to, with just a Tech 9, deflect one of those aggressions. See whether or not MBK can hold this position again. Looks like he can't. Oh my god, it's a team grenade. That's quite unfortunate there. Kiyashima has now occupied the pop dog position. And the 1-for-1, that's fine anyway. 4 versus 4 is always going to be good for the T side, especially so early as this. The question is for G2, do they just try to play passively? Do they want to try be proactive and take control of the rounds? It's hard and train. Shox will go back and ask some questions here of Pop Dog. He discovers that it's empty just as Kenny S picks up a kill towards B. So now Faze are sort of being pressed into the A site. They really don't have any other options at this point, and G2 might understand that.
Apex holding the second angle towards Ivy, if I can say that. A common angle when the CTs are forced back. You can also see Orpers there. Shox still in the Pop Dog, and Body's been shoulder peeking, holding a grenade towards B this entire time, just seeking information. 4 versus 2 for G2, and there's some information found by Shox, and the rest of his team can position accordingly. I don't know if they saw both players there, but maybe he can hear the scope on to Nico. 31 seconds, the bomb still in control of Faze, and Body's rotated from B to A, so indeed G2 confident with the info they have. Shox moving back to an off angle. Maybe he'll deploy some grenades from the upper windows. Nico creeping through the smoke, but there's only 15 seconds remaining. Kishima's got a frag in the meantime, and Nico's got the bomb. Has he got a chance to plant? He's found himself a safe plant, but he's in 1 versus 3 with the AWP, and Body peaks just before he can fire off a shot. 4th round on the board for G2.
You almost wish you had an extra second just, to see if he could actually do it. It is Nico after all, but we were denied that. But however, he will get the extra money for his team. That's always nice. And that's going to be really, really sick for Faze. I mean, they've got so much money already. Now, there's a lot of work to be done here for G2. I think they'll have to win more than 1 round to break Faze if they're able to get the bomb down again. So Kenny S with the AWP. They're going to see anything crazy here. Once again, they've already tried going aggressive on Ali more than once. So, Faze are going to be on high alert towards that sort of play. Get Faze rushing straight towards the Pop Dog position. Looks like we have a fast round on our hands. Quick aggression is met by MBK on Pop Dog. The second engagement is found by the likes of Karragan and Rain, and they will bully their way into the A site.
Man advantage for the T side at present. Kenny S straight in the face of Rain. Reconstructive surgery for him. Karragan will have the same. They can join each other in that surgery, sit side by side. Man advantage swiftly taken back by the G2 team. Anu and Nico both on A with these CTs, and the numbers are dwindling for the T side. Nico left this time with the AK, but Shox violently putting him out of his misery. That is quite the answer. Quite the response from G2. Wipeouts. The money's quite ropey for Faze. It's here and there. Some people don't have that much, and they're going to go for the force buy regardless. 3 AKs coming out for the side. Look at that snap.
That's so sick. Just godlike stuff there from Kenny S. Really, really crisp shooting from him. Makes all the difference. Now we'll see Faze. As I mentioned, they didn't even get the bomb down, but they can still get a buy here. Now we see Mac 10, now we see a Tech 9. Decent amount of grenades, to be honest, to make a play with it at the very least. MBK has been quite the problem, though. It's very interesting how they really feel pressured in dealing with him. You know that he's going to be playing that position. What is that? That's amazing there. Just spamming through the smoke, using the nades here, but body could be a problem. Looks like he will be dealt with fairly swiftly, and the bomb can go down. Down a man, but there is still a very good chance for Faze to take this one.
The CT is coming through from CT in the numbers, but Rain is charging through himself, but he's making life a lot more difficult for the CTs. Repositioning as well, they'll have to hunt him. Double peak coming in, very exposed was Apex, leaving NBK alone. Smokes and players creeping on his position. Faze in control once again. It's quite the back and forth. G2, they strung 2 rounds together, but it's Faze who leads 6-5.
And sometimes, this is, I think, proof that, sometimes what we need is a quick change of pace. Because we saw, Faze from taking some slow rounds, just immediately speeding it up, going very, very quickly, dealing with, the first player, MBK, and then just rushing straight into the bomb site and sort of taking everything by storm. And that's sometimes that change of pace is just enough to catch the players off guard to win that crucial round. And we can see that the money really wasn't built up significantly for G2. They've taken a timeout to decide what on earth to do with their current situation. Do they go for half buy in this spot? They do have some money. They could buy UMPs if they really want, but I think it's probably more important to get I was going to say, actually, to save and have a full buy, but it looks like they will go with the UMP option. And 1 UMP onto Apex. The AWP is collected by Shox. Will there be a kit, though? MBK on a Deagle, no kit. And just 6 grenades, James, in total. That's very difficult to deal with.
Since the pistol rounds and beyond, only 1 round has been won by detonation, so the defuse kit may not be the greatest of their concern. We've seen elimination after elimination for one team or the other. Apex creeping in, but his eyes will be closed for this round. G2, with 1:30 on the clock, have 1 flashbang, and that is it. That is their utility ban. That is their utility, and that does not look very good. Kenny with the FAMAS trying to do what he can, and that will only be damage for this point. T's moving through Ivy, but someone will have to collect the bomb. Looks like it will be Rain.
So a very slow run in comparison to the very last one. And we shall see now whether or not this play through Ali is going to amount to success. You can see the very, very passive positioning here from Kenny S. Won't actually work out for him all too well. Shox is all of a left all alone and baited out to miss the shot, set up for a frag from Nico. And that's what will happen. Faze looking good right now. Looking very good indeed. Taking the control of this game back into their hands on that T side of theirs, 7-5 in favor of Faze. And once again, they can start to try to build some money. But you can see between both teams, the money is often so very low because even in rounds when one team has poor equipment, they can just pull anything out of the bag very easily. Now we just have a full save from G2, so this should go 8-5 in favor of Faze if everything goes according to plan for Faze at the very least.
Shox and Body getting aggressive towards the B-bomb site, but they've only got stock pistols, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Should be a formality round, a nothing round for G2. 1 kill onto Kiyashima though, so that's something. That's 5k taken away, and that's a very brief round indeed. We move on to the next one. 8-5, 2 rounds remain in the first half, and Faze look to be in cruise control.
All right, so another scary prospect is just the lack of AWP that we're seeing in the hands of Kenny S. We know how round-turning it is. We saw it already when he did have an AWP, how much he can do with it. But again, the money has been such an issue, and they haven't decided that on some of these occasions that they will sacrifice a player having anything to get an AWP, and that's very reasonable considering that every player on G2 is amazing. So it is no AWP for them. They're going to have to do it without that, and Ali is going to continue to be enjoying the situation. And that said, they've got to hold that fort. Carrigan's making a run for it. A mad dash to the hell position as we get the massive flank from Apex.
Yeah, but Carrigan's he's got to put in some work here because, indeed, we've got 3 players in the B-bomb site for the CT side. Apex on the flank and NBK towards ladder room, so they might not even be able to rotate, but they're getting the kills regardless. NBK taken down in pop. Apex coming in from the back, and that's the bomb. He's pushing forward. He's got to be careful, though. Doing some damage, but still the man advantage retained by Faze. Great Molotov stops Kenny from getting anything done. But that bomb will have to be rescued. Alu has gone to do that. And again, Karrigan, he's holding his position in the A bomb site. So opportunity knocks for Faze.
It does indeed, but Kenny is still in the mix there with the M4, looking to find himself a good engagement. It's a bit laboured though, and it won't go his way. Karrigan picks it up, and that's 9-5 in favour of Faze. They're doing a great job at the moment. Again, it really feels like without having an AWP in the hands of G2, it does very much hurt them in some of these situations, as Kenny is just so good with it. Either way, it's a 9... as it is a 9-5 situation, G2 still can get that 6-round scoreline, which is very workable as they would then move on to their T side. So UMP's FAMAS scouts. It's not a good look, James.
Indeed it's not. Apex going for a fast push through Ivy, and it will prove successful. Kenya's taken down in the meantime. G2 be a nice boost mentally to take this last round of the first half. Looking less likely though as NBK gets picked off. Shots falling off the top of the train, straight into the crosshairs of Nico, leaving Apex to fall to the flames. And now it is body hero in previous days, previous games, previous matches, but not in this round. 10-5 in favor of Faze Clan. Will it be a 2-0?
Yeah, G2 are in trouble at the end of the first half of Train. They are going to have to muster all their strength to come back against a Faze which looks very confident. A Faze which looks very, very coordinated and used to what G2 have to bring to the table. They look more than confident as to reading the game at the moment and understanding what G2 want to do and playing around it. But now G2, they get to set the pace. It's their turn to try to bully Faze, and we'll see if that's the case. It all starts here with this pistol round. And as James mentioned, they've been quite successful, generally speaking, with pistols today. Let's see if they can win one here on Train.
One player spotted making his way into the A bomb site already for the T side. We've got, okay, that is stereo frags coming in from the T side. Karrigan managing to reload somehow. Maybe the T needed to reload as well. That's Kenny around the corner, but he comes back for the kill. Kishima can take his place, picking off NBK. Kishima, the last man standing for Faze to try and stop G2 from getting a quick catch-up. Down goes the bomb. Kishima's got to find himself to 1 versus 1, but I don't expect to re-peek from that position. The bait will surely be there. Indeed, a double peek coming in from the T side. Perfect unison to get that kill. G2 take the pistol.
And that's what you like to see, you know, both either team taking a pistol round a piece. Unfortunately for Kiyoshima, he didn't have a Kevlar in that situation. I think the aim punch was quite annoying for him in that situation, as we have now G2 able to buy up the AKs and whatever they want. But again, as mentioned, it can be very difficult to deal with force buys or CT force buys on this map. If you go, especially if you're going A, you have to really know what you're doing. You have to have the right nades in the right place. And you can just keep it simple by going B, and that's what we're going to see here from G2. Kiyoshima will spot the information. That's very important. The fast rotation is at hand. Can he get a catch, though? Looks like he won't be able to. Not in this situation, but Nico. Very dominant with the Deagle. There's number 1 from Nico. There's number 2. What else has he got in store here for G2? It could be a third here as he goes for the reload. It will be his teammate instead to pick up the frag. And it's all on Shocks now against 4 players. The defuse is coming in without a kit, but that doesn't matter. There's plenty of time, and Shocks is going to be forced to run through the smoke and go for the play, but the defuse is coming in. He's got no idea, and he will run to his death. What an unbelievable series of kills coming in from Faze in that round to save the day.
Great plays by Nico, and as he shoulder peeks to keep an eye on the player while he's reloading, he ends up being the bait to allow his teammate to get the third kill in that situation. So sharp from Nico. Lovely stuff. And again, from the other angle, you can see him shoulder peeking. Then his teammate from the high ground gets that kill to continue the proceedings for Faze. Fighting straight back after G2 win the pistol. We're going to force it up the G2 team. Shocks with the AK. The rest on Tech 9s and the CZ onto NBK. That CZ, though, gets off to a good start in the Pop Dog area.
Yeah, at the very least, G2 did get the bomb downs. There is that extra money for them to have stuff in this round, to have some utility with their weapons. And it's so, again, CS is such an interesting game. I don't think without that peek from Kiyoshima, without that call that comes in when he sees all those players, that Nico would be in position in time to make those frags. Very fascinating game is CSGO. We'll see whether or not Karrigan can use this AK to good effect so far. The start is quite nice from Karrigan as he still tries to hold down this position. We'll hear all the players running around Ali, and the rotation has come in from Faze, so they're looking quite good. But Karrigan still spinning around, not quite sure where to look, and that could be a big problem here. Kenny S is in a 1 versus 2, a very winnable situation. He's got Kevlar this time as well, as he looks for the next player to find, and it's going to be a tough one. Got 50 seconds to make the decision, though. Just looking to see if anybody's going to be moving around, and Faze smartly being fairly static at the moment. Oh, big spot, though, coming in from Kenny S. Grabs the kill onto Nico, and now he's got decisions to make. Where is the next player? He's going to go through connector. He's going to be able to meet Kiyoshima. He's got the shotgun. This could not be a better situation for Kiyoshima. That could not have gone worse for Kenny. That's unreal.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Kenny because they seem to have absolutely no idea where he was. Kiyoshima rotated from Pop Dog to upper B and ended up being in a perfect position to just get a lovely meat shot onto Kenny. Unsuspecting Kenny, probably wondering where on earth Kiyoshima was before he got into that position. But there we go. Confusion ended up being in Faze's favor. 12-6 now, double the score of G2, who forced once again body with the Galil now, and the rest of the team on pistols. How many rounds will G2 force if they continue to fail? We have a full strength Faze clan, AWP, the M4, full utility for the CT side. Helmets galore. Oh, indeed, shoulder peeking. The Molotov is down, but they will force straight through it. 1 kill from the Flames. Oh, Alu deploys the HE. Lovely landing onto body. Bomb not planted. And this might just be wipeout. 4 versus 2. The pistols remain. Galil picked up by Shox, but can he even get the bomb down? How did he escape the smoke? So much we're asking from him. More grenades flying in. Emerges. CZ kill. There's a flank coming in. Shox doing the best he can, but it's not enough. 3 players surviving for Faze. 13-6.
They're just looking so good right now. They're hitting their stride. Right now, you know, everything is, well, the fortune is there with them as well. In that round, for example, with the shotgun, probably thinking, what the hell am I going to do in the 1 versus 1 if the bomb gets planted today with this shotgun? Well, if the T comes running at you, then that's going to work out for you nicely. Great setup there from Ali. So much damage was done by the Molotov too, so Faze handling this fairly comfortably and now moving into this great advantage they have. We'll see G2 taking a timeout to discuss things and try to understand where they want to place themselves. Kenny is actually bought up at the moment. The rest of his teammates are sub $4,000. So being the T side, though, they can buy up and buy to, you know, whatever strategy they want. If they want a fast run, they can get some Tech 9s, have some utility, and have some of the other players without utility, but have the rifles to back it up. So we'll see if that's the option. I mean, Kenny has probably committed them either way. And indeed, we'll see some more AKs coming into play as the freeze time is about to disappear. And this could be one of the last chances here for G2 to make something happen. Not much utility. The firepower could be considered wanting compared with Faze. Let's see if G2 can bring themselves back.
Numbers game rushing into the A side, and it will prove successful for the time being. Karrigan trying to hold on to the back of A, but Apex has made his way towards Ivy. Shox keeping an eye on Pop Dog, where Kiyoshima will soon emerge, and Alu's not far from Karrigan either. So how do they retake this? G2 are in some pretty reasonable post-plant positions, and Kiyoshima is rotating towards main now, maybe heard by Shox. In the meantime, Karrigan trying to find something. Ivy will be a strong position to hold for the CT side. Even post-plant, it can still work, but we'll expect the player in heaven. Body's taken down, but Kenny S is on the high ground once again. Kiyoshima now making his way towards main, but Shox is ready for him. Apex coming in from the back, but it's Kenny to get that frag. Shox dying to the flames here. It's, well, everyone's taken down. Somehow Faze made it work. I thought G2 were in good positions, but Faze maybe can't be stopped at this point. 14-6.
Somewhat of an insurmountable quality about Faze here so far today. A team that has taken quite a break before this tournament. And sometimes, you know, with a break you might get a little bit slower, but sometimes the break could just be all you need to make yourself sharper, more aware, more focused, have a renewed energy about your team. And that does appear to be the case so far for FaZe, because they are showing G2 a thing or two in this series. We'll see Csgo going very quickly. Looks like G2 wants to answer back with aggression. Let's see if this can just spur some life back into them, as Csgo takes a very fast position towards Hell. It's a really good position right now. He can deal with any players on the bomb train itself, and he will be arriving unexpected, able to get a great frag. His teammates as well, with all that space to work with, also picking up control of the bomb train. And now it's down to Alu and Kiyoshima in a 2 versus 4 to bring this one back.
I think Body would have heard Alu's rotation. Kenny-S looking for something there, but Kishima's not really committing to the A-bomb site, so it's Alu on his own who may lose the AWP, and indeed he will do that. Kishima just emerging now, but 1 versus 4, is it a question of damage? If it is, there will be no more damage. G2 make it work, but still they have half the score of FaZe, a FaZe who are 2 rounds away from a 2-0 in this best of 3. Some meditation in the front row there, but maybe that won't be enough to help G2 at this point.
Yeah, it was a very good round, and I think it's always very cool to see a team that's not afraid when they could be at breaking point in the match, just to go very aggressive and just try to take the ball by the horns and try to harness something special. We'll see if Kenny-S can get something special there. Very fast shot. And again, a very brave play. You know, there's pistols in the mix. That said, there's still quite a few more left after that frag from Kenny, but they will quickly fall to the numbers of G2 as they begin to make the march towards that bomb train. It might just be Alu left very soon. Carrigan's down to 15. He's been discovered as well. I don't think they're interested in pursuing him just yet, but looks like G2 are going to be converting this one. I do wonder where the economy is left here for FaZe. Looks like they are in quite a sore position after losing this round. There is, in fact, a real opportunity here for G2. They'll be able to get some momentum going, as right now there's nothing in the tank to allow FaZe to buy. So at least there will be that for G2. There is still a way back in, James.
Yeah, but it's a long way, and the margin for error is pretty damn small. 6 rounds between the 2 teams at the moment. 2 high explosive grenades picked up from FaZe. Will they be headed towards main? Will they be headed towards B? Or even Ivy? I think it's one of the 3, and indeed it will be the first. Double nades towards the main area, and Kenny-S is there to receive them. Still has half his life, though. Could have been much worse. Rain putting in work with the USP in Pop Dog. Only good for the 1 kill, though. But now we've got 2 CTs on the high ground. That may be a nasty surprise. Not quite committing to it, though. Kishima now rotating towards main. While we've got 1 CT going down into the smoke of Pop Dog. This is getting a bit crazy pretty damn quickly. Kishima, he needs to stay alive, he needs to buy time and distraction for his team, but I think opportunities have come and gone in this round for FaZe, as it's just Alu remaining with USP, an honest pistol, a skinless pistol.
It's always so depressing when you want to take a fight, but you have no Kevlar, and you get tagged first, and it's just like, well, I'm a bit useless right now,
Yeah,
and then you die.
Annoying.
That's how it works.
What is that
14-9.
Oh, it's the one guy in the crowd of a girlfriend. Shout outs to you. Even production is shouting at me for that one. It's not true. I mean, there's more girls here. I'm sure they have boyfriends. More girlfriends, who knows? Anyway, moving swiftly on. 2 AWPs on the T side for G2. That's going to be quite interesting. Will they get the openings they need? G2 on the cusp of double figures versus the 5 and 4s of FaZe.
Double up T side, it's something G2 definitely tried to kind of crowbar in to a lot of spots, this double up. I'm not sure if this is what will help them. We'll have to see. We'll have to trust in G2's decision making if this is what they feel to be the right call here. But it can be very difficult to sometimes even get one orb to be working. So I guess we'll see. G2 will show us. At least that's what they hope to do. Nico, great position on top of the train here by T-Main. You can get some great angles, especially if AWPers are scoped in. You can, of course, evade detection and get an easy frag. But now he's been discovered. Instead, he'll smoke close, cover his back as he now retreats into a new position. How much information does Nico currently have, though, about the situation as he waits in a forward spot? There's no one touching Ali at the moment. No one able to see Ali for the CTs. This is a massive hole in the defense. It could really break them as now G2 start to exploit this hole.
Nico not off to a good start. Oh, a three-dimensional view of him falling off a train. That is perverted. Observer corner. 3 riflers left for Faze. What will they choose to do? Karrigan's moving back. He's retreating towards B, and indeed it seems that Faze will try to cover the entrances to B and save what they can. Who has the advantage here? Apparently Kishima does. Are they going for the retake? Lining up a Molotov. When do you see a Molotov go outside that window? Maybe just trying to stop anyone who would be hunting them. But Kenny S is in position, though. He does risk losing an AWP here. So does not want to get too aggressive. And indeed, Faze will do the best they can to hold on to what they have. Their loss bonus is rising. They are going to be at their 4th loss bonus, which will be $2,900 at the loss of this round. So the buys will get stronger, but G2 are closing the gap. Maybe this is the pressure they needed to play their best game.
Well, it couldn't have happened at any later moment. Faze taking a timeout to figure out what they're going to do now against G2. Double orb, it's an interesting one. See if Faze have a plan to exploit that now, because they know that it's in play. They know that's the style that G2 are going with. It's something that, you know, Faze would have looked at, I'm sure, about G2. And we can see that they are going to go for the buy up here at the moment, as we see a multitude of rifles in play. So far, just a deagle, though, for Nico. So an interesting situation at hand. Do they get aggressive? Do they want to play very passively? Playing it passively could definitely work if you don't give up any picks and you force the AWPs to come close on the bomb sites. But then again, you know, it can be quite troublesome if you allow them into B at that point as well. So lots of things to worry about for Faze.
So Faze could have dropped some FAMASs around what they have, but they're looking to buy together in the future rounds. They'll do what they can with these free weapons, but they're trying to use the gap in rounds as best they can. Rain with 2 fast frags with the 5-7 gives them a window of opportunity, but those weapons will be hard to retrieve. Kishima with an AK, 2 AWPs and an AK-47. And that's where things could get really awkward. If Rain gets close to one of these AWPs, then maybe he can improve the odds yet more. So this is an interesting situation. Although he is in isolation, that smoke taking Kishima away for the time being, but it's starting to disappear. Rain with a very interesting angle. He can retreat, he can use his teammate for bait as well. So let's see if it works out for the team. They will allow the T's to plant. It's about the positioning for the rest of the round. And there pops out Kishima. Rain taken down in the meantime. So now it's down to the Frenchman to do everything on his own. They know where he is, /was. I don't know if he would have seen the back of that player, but he's repositioning around green. He's made a step, however, and Shox will look for him, and Shox will deliver. Opportunities come and gone. G2 make it to 11.
The crazy thing is that I feel like Kishima probably thought that he had that frag there, that second one. As he pushed forward, he made it sort of seem like he was going to be on a wider peak, and then he went back and he sort of had the off angle. He actually had sort of the advantage there for the moment, so he'll be a bit sad about that one. 14-11 is the score now, as the climb indeed is going fairly well for G2, but it's still a ways to go for them. Just down to the 1 AWP now, so I'm happy to see that from G2. So smokes here to pressure this A bomb site. Rain playing where MBK was so commonly found on the CT side of G2. G2, do they want any more explosion plays? Any more contact plays? As they move forwards in this round, lots of smokes down to delay the opener, but looks like they may just go straight through it, James, for a very surprising attack. Is Kyoshima ready?
The early play, they're trying to abuse one person being on the B bomb site, but there are 2. Alu's here as well, close to a second kill, but not quite. How do they get back into this site phase? They're at maximum loss bonus. 4 on 4. They've got time. They've got 1 kit onto Karrigan. He's still on the A site. Alu and Rain repositioning around the back of B. You see Body in a forward position, trying to force CT away from their desired positions with the Molotov. Can't turn around fast enough to get a second kill. 3 on 2 now. That bomb continues to take. Apex doing what he can, but it might not be enough. Shox positioning for the Molotov. There are no smokes on these CTs. The bomb's being defused. It's a hero defuse. I think he might have missed. It wasn't a Molotov. It was just another grenade, but Faze, they found the defuse, they find themselves match point. Shock's doing as much damage as he can, but the round is Faze's.
Oh dear, things getting really problematic now for G2. They cannot afford another misstep, and with that, Faze going to be able to buy up fully into the AWP. See the crazy forward play there from Carrigan as he makes his way down onto the bomb train. Just in the nick of time, stealing away the defuse. That was so close. Now we're going to see more smokes here from Shox into the A bomb site. We saw this previously as well. And a fast play, get into the yard. Looks like Ali gets hit by one of those smokes. Uh-oh, this is not good. Already losing a player quickly there. Alu has a lot to answer for. Oh, you can't afford to miss that one. Down to Carrigan now in a forward position. And he's going to get wrapped as well. So many problems here for Carrigan to deal with. Able to win the first 1 versus 1. Still more players to worry about though, but the flank is coming to help out.
Yeah, Nico went on to the instant flank. Isn't even required. Carrigan running out of bullets. Kenny didn't have much, didn't have enough. 16 to 11, Faze 2-0 G2. Perhaps one of the favourites for the tournament, but it's all over now. Faze proceed 2-0 versus G2. A very solid scoreline. You would have maybe thought it might be a 3-mapper if Faze won, but that is quite a performance from them. G2 started explosive in this tournament, but Faze showing them who's boss for the time being.